All right, so this is a suggestion via Discord. The name of the video is Wasteland. Kevin O'Leary says, San Francisco is not America anymore. Guys, have you seen San Francisco recently? I mean, by all definitions, it's still America, right? But I understand his point. Let's go and check it out. Let's go and jump into this immediately.
Let's bring back Kevin O'Leary. Kevin, what do you make of Alan eyeing a possible run for the mayor of New York City? And have you ever thought of running yourself? Maybe not for New York, but didn't you run for office in your native Canada once, or came close to it?
Yes, I did. I ran in 2016. Quite a remarkable experience. Not sure I'd do it again. Not a successful financial move. But I really, as most Canadians, I had never seen the whole country. It's pretty big. During that run, I visited every small town in Canada. So I saw something. I got a great tourist ride out of it. But I endorse any business leader jumping into the fray, because when you've made payroll on a Wednesday night, you understand how hard it is to run a business. What's the biggest business in America? America's the biggest business in America. I would much
Guys, he's right.
rather have executives in cabinet that have actually run a business to run the biggest business, America. And I don't know why that's a bad idea. I think it's a good idea. A lot of what we see in incompetency and mediocrity and lack of executional skills is a lot of people have never run a business. And I don't like to be critical of any one politician over another, but look at AOC in your state. What a disaster. Her district's a war zone. Yeah. But she's a very popular politician. She knows how to raise money, $20 at a time, but she can't run anything. And I'm sorry to be critical, but it's true.
I mean, they run off their feelings.
Yeah.
And they have the ability to basically, touch other people's feelings directly. Have they ever run anything? No. Right? Like what he said here, literally, if you have not been Wednesday, I'm more of a Thursday guy, but either way, if you've never had to sit down and run payroll, and then also at the same time run a business, and also at the same time make sure you're managing float on top of being able to pay payroll every single bi-weekly or monthly, depending on how you pay, right? If you've never had to do that, I don't know, bro. Should you run things completely? I think that should be the bare minimum, basically.
And what makes me even more flummoxed, that's a word you don't hear very often, flummoxed, is that cities like New York, Chicago, San Francisco, they go to hell in a handbasket, and yet politicians get reelected. I can't understand that.
Well, I
think
people should start to question who's managing this for me. They work for you. If you're a voter, all of these politicians work for you. And if you're not happy, San Francisco, you can't walk at night. New York is getting like that. Very famous Italian restaurant last week. Very expensive watch stolen in broad sight, right outside of the front door. I'm a watch collector, so these stories go around the community pretty quickly. Basically, the word on the street now is the cities you can't wear watches is New York, San Francisco, and Los Angeles. So I no longer wear watches in those cities. It's such a shame.
To be honest, that's most of the major cities in the United States of America. And if I really want to be serious, that's most of the United States of America. Like, if you're walking around with something that's worth a couple $100,000, and there's someone who doesn't have it, they may be, right, looking at that, and they're like, listen, I can feed my family for years with this, right? So just keep this in mind. I mean, a lot of America is struggling right now, so I would not tempt, right, people in general. I'm not saying everyone impoverished will go to criminality. I'm not saying that at all, right? But just be fully aware that exists. It's a thing, right? And I would definitely not just put it on exclusively to cities. I would just say all of America right now. Like, nothing is safe anymore, bro. I remember it used to be safe, but nothing feels safe any longer, guys. Ever since the government started printing money and made your dollar worth 40 cents in comparison. Yeah. And
how pathetic is that? But anyway, I want to move on to this issue, Kevin. You've been very vocal about raising the minimum wage. But, out in California, talking of which, long-standing San Francisco McDonald's closed this weekend because of the higher paychecks. I think they went from $16 to $20 an hour. What do you make of that?
It's a mistake. It's a Gavin Newsom mistake. I've been very vocal about his lack of executional skills. I was just in California for 2 weeks. It's not just fast food and convenient dining that's shutting down, because they're unprofitable at $20 a minimum wage. Lots of other businesses are leaving that state. California is being hollowed out. That's what's occurring. Taxpayers, high net worth individuals, businesses,
why would you want to be there?
Entrepreneurial businesses, which represent 62% of job creation, those companies 5 to 500, they are moving out of that state to places like Tennessee, to Texas and Florida, obviously. I don't invest.
And if you guys want to get really, really fancy, go to Ireland.
Or
Dubai.
Texas.
Like specifically if it's not a company that needs like actual employees there. Yeah, bro. Dubai, Ireland. That's really fancy. But all right, let's get
in Florida, obviously. I don't invest in startups in California anymore, and when I do, and I've done a few, we move them out. We move the headquarters out, and we leave some employees there, but it is not a place to do business. It's not in business. I think Gavin Newsom, for his interest in running for president, should probably fix California now, because everybody in the country has figured out that place is a disaster, and it's just mistakes in policy. Just go there and see for yourself. Walk around San Francisco. It is not America anymore. It just isn't. And I don't know, you start at the top, you got to blame the top manager, and then you go down to the city administrators and the mayor. What a wasteland, all of these places shutting down. And it's not a partisan argument. When a Walgreens shuts down and a drugstore shuts down and a convenience store shuts down, a bodega shuts down, that's nothing to do with whether you're blue or red. That's just bad policies, bad taxes, lack of any kind of a legal system that makes sense in crime prevention. It's a wasteland.
Bro, there is no crime prevention there. It doesn't seem like it, at least, right? Like there was someone who got arrested recently. We covered it on the channel here, where she got arrested like 100 times and released on every single one of them. Bro, there's no repercussions for criminals. And if you make it so there's no repercussion for criminal acts, then criminality is just going to persist, right? Reality. And the reason why there are so many homeless people specifically kind of circling around the area, right? It's because you're giving them everything, right? The reality of the situation is that, right? The more you give to someone, the more they stay and utilize that one thing, right? I mean, if you want to fix the issues, you have to literally kind of slow down what you're doing, right? A little bit.
A legal system that makes sense in crime prevention. It's a wasteland. Sorry to tell you that, but just go there yourself. Don't listen to me. Go try it out. You wouldn't run a convention in San Francisco. You have to take an Uber 1 block to your hotel or you get executed.
Whoa, that's cool.
You know what? It's such a shame because it's such a beautiful city. At one point, it was beautiful to visit, but not anymore. Kevin O'Leary, great stuff, Kevin. We'll have to leave it there, but thanks for your input today. Always.
Guys, here's the thing, guys. California absolutely is a beautiful place, right? In terms of how it looks and in terms of its overall aesthetic, it's beautiful, right? The weather is generally good unless you are encountering an earthquake for the most part, right? Or some type of random flood situation, right? California is a beautiful state. It's just being run into the ground. Its leadership is absolutely terrible. It seems like every single policy that they have been making over the last 10 years has been absolutely trash. Then obviously, then that means because Hollywood is in California, Hollywood is also being influenced by the same trash policies and promoting the same ideologies, and then it just becomes absolutely trash, right? The entirety of this place, guys. I don't know. I don't like California. I mean, I'm from New York, right? So I think by definition, I don't like California or New Jersey. So either way, listen, you guys all have an absolutely amazing day. Enjoy your day thoroughly. Guys, before we go, are you guys subscribed to the other channels? Logical Movie Reviews with Mr. L. Boyd along with Mr. L. Boyd Music. Both are found in the description. Check it out.